Buddies Forever, part 2 of the beach detailing. Lots going on around me once again. We have this catamaran. No, it's not a catamaran. What is this? I forget what the thing's called. I'll remember on the next video. Kayak. That's it, kayak. That is pretty cool on its own. I don't particularly love all the pink, but it's so well done that I'm going to leave it alone. But I do want to cover that up, the Barbie head. So I'm going to put some, it's textured, so I'm going to put some caulking in there. It's got a really neat handle. I don't want to mess with that either because it clicks into there, and if I spray paint it or anything, it's going to easily scratch off because it's so firm. We got, this came in a lot with the change room, the jet ski. It's old, kind of neat. It has wheels on it, it moves just like the kayak does. Kind of neat little plaything. I just want to do, it is as is, and I just want to do a little fix-ups to it and maybe color these in or something. Just to give a little more life. This is there. Also, we got Wendy's accessory shop, which is for the Creative Monster Witch. Gonna try and do something with that to spiffy it up. I didn't realize till after, but the fifth one I seen, there is some pieces missing off it, specifically a piece that comes out here, which is okay, another little shelf for the cash register. I don't really care about that. But what I didn't see until this last one I looked at was there was some clear shelvings across there, which didn't come with this, since it was secondhand off eBay. I'm going to try and make something. I don't know if that's going to work, and if it doesn't, that's okay. But it's a nice piece that works well. This is Mycene Barbie, I believe. I always thought it was Bratz, but it's Mycene Barbie. You can see some of the things I've had waiting in the wings is for that. Some perfumes or whatever.
Are those the books from My Little Pony set I brought home?
Yeah.
Yay.
And just little things. I'll find more. I got more glasses, even though they're Barbie and not Monster High. Be more for looks than play. I was shopping on the weekend. Went into Michael's because I had to get these things, which are Jolie's boutique scrapbooking supplies. I had one of them and strung those in the lights in the beach, and I ran short, and so I definitely needed one. I picked up two just to be on the safe side, so I wouldn't have to go to Michael's. Also found these cute little beehive.
That doesn't look like a beehive.
For the price. You can't go wrong with that, wherever that may be. I do not know, but cute touch.
It has to be a birdhouse.
These ones are regular prices, but cute. Like cards, I'm thinking up in the beach house, maybe playing some cards on the table like you would. Found some letters.
Yay, because I really need some letters.
Yeah, and I needed some small ones that I want to use for the RV or possibly in the beach house. We get new characters.
But I thought I was making them initiatives.
You're making some, but we need small ones to fit 6 in the RV. All them characters. So those were some neat things. Got a bowl to redo. I like to do that Cleo style since there's a spot near her. This, I want to try something I've never done, which is use nail polish remover to get that off. It's a life jacket with the kayak. Of course, it doesn't fit, but will look good.
It usually takes stuff off.
That's what I'm hearing, but I've actually never done it. So this was previously done before we decided we would do video journals. This was from an arcade set of Barbie. You've seen, we got the pinball machine and the claw machine that come with this. They're really cool. This was brand new in the box. And, no, it came with the box, but it wasn't brand new. It was pulled out. So it had lots of good stuff with it. The backing was, normal Barbie cartoon stuff. I had
perfectly.
Just a piece of cardstock. I pulled that off and just kind of lightly sponge painted it and dipped it dots of puffy paint.
I think this fits perfectly.
And then here, of course, you've seen these things, and that's the idea of where I'll be putting a lot of those. Towels, whatever. I came up with an idea. I put the Freak Du Chic carpet in there and loved it. The red carpet. And then I had an idea to put around 3 of the people a 3-ring circuit, like the 3-ring circus kind of thing on the floor, which was brown and very boring, and I did want to spiffy it up. So I had this felt left over from Jane Boolittle's that was remnants, and I'm beginning the process of cutting. Yeah, I just used a bowl for that one. I used a bigger bowl for that one. Traced it with a light white Sharpie. And I think what I'm going to do is use these beading, which are just party beads hanging around from parties. And I'm going to glue those on and make that go around the circle and be interesting around the different Freak Du Chic. So that one's on hold again as well. We got the neat thing here down to do its finishing touches. The Bratz Genie Castle, I believe it's called. Lots done already before we were going to do this. And have a nice good look in there of what's been done already. The Whisp name is in there. Gracie has a neat idea about some lights, and I'm looking and I'm not sure they're going to fit, although I did grab them. And here, this kind of goes in the way. I might have to do another bow here to open it up more. Once I take the pins off.
I just had an idea. Maybe the candle can go like under the seat.
Oh, maybe. She might be right. That might work too. And otherwise, you've seen that in the sneak peek. The drawer was missing. The lantern was missing, but we can use the others. I got this for like $8. It was more to ship than it was to buy. It's got quite a few scuffs on it, as you can see, which is added to why there's so little, but considering where it's going to stay, I really don't care. I would like to take that off just for the heck of it, in case it does get closed up. Oh, am I going the wrong way?
I think I have to do it like this.
In case it does. So once we get that off, another thing we got to do, this is some extra material from Twyla's area, which I actually bought, and we tried to do that blurple. Blurple. What I'm going to do is get away from the blue and bring the purple and gold in and make some pillows for in here, and that'll jazzy that up. Do a little in there. I'm hoping I can get some gems in there on the wall, but I'm not too sure how I'm going to make out with that plastic. Next we have, I've been working on these things, as I call it, as is. These, what do we call them?
I'm not finished.
Well, I know, because I'm going to show. So I've been meticulously doing these 3-ring circus spots.
And it's very tedious.
Very tedious, but worth it, because I do not want the glue to be sticking all out here and taken away from it, since their feet will be in there on their stand. So one at a time.
I still don't get what these are for.
To put under the Freak Du Chic. Like when you have a 3-ring circus, they have little round things, so it'll look kind of like lights. So I've been meticulously doing that on all 3, letting it dry, and then I got the little nibs from the filament and the glue. I'm cutting them off just to be really neat, because in my next step now they're probably okay just as is, but to me it just looks like a bead on there, and I got the glue mess. So I have next done this. I have put, don't move too fast, I have put a bead of gold puffy paint around it to fix up the edge and make it look really nice and melded tight. Of course, I can't stop there, and my concern is these I've used these beads, they don't always stick so well with the glue gun, that it might come loose from that. When you wax and cloth, doesn't work.
What about caulking?
No, I won't be able to hide it. So I've done this, and I think that will be the final thing. What I did was I used diamond and black glitter puffy paint, and I went every other one on here, and I put diamond, black, diamond, black, diamond, black. So now if you can see, it does go all the way around. If you can see from the top, up here, it looks really nice and neat in there, and it looks melded. I'm hoping that puffy paint will work as a sealant and really hold in that beading so it doesn't come out. Hopefully that will twinkle in the lights we have in there and look really awesome. So I'll finish working on that. Next I'm going to show you a little bit of caulking stuff. I have done this already. Come over here, baby. Come over this one. Okay, that way is good too. And I put, where that shelf was missing, I put just a little bit of caulking in there. So my caulking, which is getting near the end, it is clear. It goes on white and dries clear. And I just formed that a little bit so that will help in whatever I do in that.
It looks like perfectly straight, but there's like a little bump.
Yeah, and so with this thing here,
A canoe?
come up, I don't like a kayak. I keep a little bit of cloth that's wet near me. That's to make it so you can clean your finger and make it so it doesn't stick. Gives you a little control. So I just, maybe you want to go up a little bit on that. Me hiding, I'm just going to fill it a little bit. Control. It will sink when it dries. So I got that taped because that's holding it all towards the front, so I don't have to worry. So I get my finger wet and then just kind of work it. Kind of work it smooth. You can't play with it a whole bunch, but you definitely got some time. And if you see that it's not really sticking to my finger all that much.
I don't have to get too much layer.
Okay. There. Now we'll leave it like that and let that dry, see how much it sinks. And I will probably end up covering that with a Monster High piece of box art, or at the very least just painting it so it doesn't have the Barbie symbol so big and in your face. Okay, just finished this from last video journals of the other part. I put some white stickles on there to make Fortune stick out more, and I just put a nice good coat of clear nail polish on it for her little placard that will stand up in front of her vending job as a fortune teller. I'm pretty happy with that. I've got some pillows ready for her. I got them double done. I tried to do as much swirly as I can and smoky like her too. Those are ready to be sewn. I did come up with a contraption with a popsicle stick on the back for support to go in here as the shelves. And of course the cardboard's going to look a little icky, so I think I'll put some trim on that, and I found some nice stuff from Walmart. This, I put a backing on it, piece of cardstock, and my scrapbook stuff. I just used sheer quantity of glue gun to hold that in. Of course that will not show. That's how it looked in the, when it was first sold. And then this one, you won't see all that brick behind it in the beach. And lastly, for this evening, I've begun making this. I did the laminating style, except for I did not do it on the bottom. And I used the same black cardstock on the back. You can see where it is. I made it like a pocket. There you go, Grace. I made it like a pocket so you can see how it'll slide in there. I just did glue gun right. I just did glue gun right there, like a C. Left that open. Put the one piece of packing tape on, cut the bottom off, put the other piece. So now it's laminated on both sides. So now all I gotta do is go.
Hey, that's fabric.
Yeah, I know, I'm using that. I gotta get new scissors. She's right, I'm picky about not using my fabric scissors on paper because it dulls them.
Yeah, so
These are getting old and dull and either need to be sharpened or I need a new pair.
So keep your fabric scissors, official fabric scissors.
Yes, I do that because I sew a lot. So as you can see, that was just that simple, and it just has a little thin layer. For me, I had to do that more so because I didn't want it to be separating here, so I wanted that little bit of plastic gathering on each side to hold it together. Much going on. Got these 3-ring circus bottom pieces for Freak Du Chic done. They look good, all dry. Super happy with those. Has a nice detail to Freak Du Chic, which is otherwise a little bit boring. We have 2 coats of caulking on there, and the blue is starting to go.
What do you mean? It's starting to go.
I have the blue painted.
Oh.
I have some box art here to try and incorporate something on there and cover that up. I have a little knee board that I've been painting a second color. We'll do some of that too. We've got a surfboard that I bought and thought was full size and turned out to be Kelly size, so we're getting that ready for a sign over near the rental spot.
Me best friends.
You can get the idea of where the rental shop is going. That skateboard was this pack from the dollar store, little finger skaters, which are nice for next to nothing. Starting to look like something. I brought down Karen's thing so you can kind of get a look at the final thing. Took a picture off so I could have one for Wisp's area with her sister, 2 pictures. Put a little bit of puffy paint around that since the sticker was on uneven. That's ready to go. But Karen's thing, we got it done. How weird. I put puffy paint in there and nail polish to make it look like the hearts were in goo, and it kind of melted it. Look at that. That is the strangest thing. I don't know what happened. And that's funny because I put this cloth on it so it would have air and be able to dry. But as you can see, that's how that looks
Oh my god, that's so
with
weird.
the trio clouds. I brought it down because I wanted to put gems up here like everybody else has lights to twinkle off the lights in the beach. I thought that was appropriate, so I added that. You can see the bells, which were hanging way down here in the front. I moved them back, put them in the back, so we still have those. And those are so cute with the little heart things
I
there.
really like them, so that's what we're gonna do them.
Yeah, and then Wendy the Witch's spot, fending spot accessory shop. I did those shelves out of cardboard, and then I found this awesome trim just recently at Walmart. I am known for grabbing stuff that I'm not even sure what I'm going to do with it, but when you see a price like that, you just grab it. I got pink and black, and that came in handy, so I just outlined the shelves with that trim. So you can see where I'm going. This is our hashtag as is, because this is exactly how I work with things all around me. Here we have that sign is done and ready
Now it's
for the rock area, for Scarrier Reef.
Great Scarrier Reef.
Lots of little things coming together, accessories for the accessory shop. Cleo's beach ball. And what else do we got going on over here? We got pillows. Lots and lots of pillows made, 5. And then I got a bunch here I gotta make. I did most of it with sewing machine. Of course, I'll hand stitch the bottom.
And didn't we use the same stuffing for the pillows that we made for my bedroom?
We might have. This might be leftover. I am a leftover girl. So those are all going to go in Wisp's fortune telling lantern. I want it to be really lush. And speaking of that, that's where we are on this. I've put the extra ribbons behind to hold that back really well. Put a little glitter glue on her name and some gems and little dots of puffy paint to add some sparkle into that area. Lastly, to look at, I've begun making the net design to hang around. I simply use that netting from the rocks we did in the forest, some ribbon that is like a rope, and then these are just made out of craft foam, which I have around, tons of it, from when we did the books. I think that about covers. Oh wait, we got Gracie over here with some shout outs. She is working on something herself.
I don't know if this is this the first comment on the beach?
The first comment on the last thing we did, which was something the beach, is
TT335034.
no, that was a shout out to a new person.
Oh,
And the first on the last video was Angle
Hamilton?
In the meantime, Gracie is doing some letters.
Initial.
GJ for
Ghoulia P. Jellington. I need to make it better pink.
she's working on that, and then these little ones are for the Boost students and the Monster High Exchange
This one's for Issy.
to go.
I
in
actually
the
got
RV.
this perfect.
Yes.
I got it perfect. Really.
So that's what she's working on. So we are full of projects.
Issy.
Here we are on the last segment of this video journal. There's my netting contraption art. Not sure if I like it or not. I'll decide that later, as at this moment I don't like it. Jazz it up. jet ski. Just with some lights, some little more white to it. A little bit in the dashboard. Nothing much. Yeah, one of the box arts, which you can see that the clear nail polish bled some of the black Sharpie out. And some Sharpie right there. And we got the kayak. Worked out well to cover that Barbie thing up. Of course, we put the blue paint and some puffy paint, and I put the box art on first, and then filled in the edges with puffy paint to kind of bring that more even, and then just a coat of nail polish and some black Sharpie around the edge. Definitely what we call monsterfied, even though a small touch. Cleo's ball is done, her beach ball. Books for Ghoulia on the beach because she's smarty.
I used to be My Little Pony.
The sign looks good. I put a little bit of puffy paint, glow in the dark to be a nice touch. Above here, there is our rental vendor. Looking great. I'm very, very happy with that. There I did the same thing to monsterify that. A little wakeboard or kneeboard to look, I love how it's glittering. Just a little something extra. But that looks wonderful. Cash register for Katie. Just some little things to give the show. These things will just be around the ground. Then we have the accessory cart for Wendy the Witch.
Because Mom does jewelry and stuff.
I don't wear it as much as I used to when I worked. I think that turned out really good too. This was an accident. I had so many leftover glasses from lots, and that cardstock was just a fluke. I did not plan this to put the glasses in there, but I think it worked out really nice.
Plus, Beach is doing sunglasses.
Yeah, they're mostly Barbie, but for decoration, they're okay. We used some extra fabric to make some sarongs as if they're for sale.
What is this?
A belt.
Patch.
I don't know, a belt of Abby's. Yeah, just little various things, more sarongs I made out of leftover material.
Sarongs?
Things you put around your waist. Put a little box art on that. That's her drink, Wendy's drink. And to get those in there, I just punched holes with an owl. And then put them in there, AWL. Put them in there with obviously a ton of glue. Some of them even melted. So they will not be moving. And better than them being wasted. And then our very happy place for Miss Whisp, who's hiding in there.
Her name's actually not the Genie.
Whisp, her nickname, De Genie is her.
No?
That's what it says. Whisp is in quotations. So it's not really her. It's her legs. Because she comes. San Diego Comic-Con, she comes with legs. Her legs are pretty cool.
I can see this.
Oh, I'm not ready yet. I'll show the inside of this, which looks wonderful. What's your hand, baby? Her lantern hung perfectly on that hook.
Shout out to me.
Yeah, shout out to Gracie. All her little pictures of her buddy and her sister. Of course, that little placard sign, all the pillows worked out really wonderfully. We put lots in there. It's really hard to get a great view of how good this looks in person on video. It just doesn't show the same. I do hope later to have something to put there that's round. Yeah. I didn't get that Bratz off. I didn't have non-acetone, or acetone. I only have acetone-free nail polish remover. It did work on the life jacket, but I didn't want to take the trouble to get the Bratz thing off. So it looks pretty good. Gracie had a wonderful, wonderful idea of putting little tea lights in here, and I bought them while I was at Walmart the other day, and I can't find them. I have to check in the car. So it was going to be a nice little addition to this. So for Miss Whisp, I think she's going to look great. Here
is backwards Whisp.
Yes, she looks and will look. Hard to get her all in there. She's got this strange thing which I'll show you, because I always wondered. I thought it would be a pliable plastic. It actually has joints. It is plastic. If you put it up to the light, you can see through it. That's what that's made of. She does not stand on that thing.
And she looks so weird when it's like all straight and stuff.
And she's really pretty. Her shoulders are very, very stiff.
So warning about that if you ever get it.
You can pull her off at the waist. Maybe Gracie can show how you do that. Over here in the camera, kiddo. Not helping them much.
You have to pull up her
Yeah,
skirt.
that's how it works.
Let's pull down her pants a little bit. You have to
But
pull down her
you get
pants
the
a little
hint.
bit. Yeah, you pretty
Our
much get the
separate
hint.
legs do that. So I hope you've enjoyed this video journal. Next is getting all this stuff set up in there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of our crafting.
Super buddies forever.
Don't forget to subscribe and share.